back in my old stomping grounds, Monterey Bay, on the Ducatis with my son, Tactical Doodle. He's on a 2013 Hyperstrada. I am riding a 2012 Multistrada. We're gonna go all the way over to Yosemite today. That's the plan, right?
Totally.
First up, how was the hotel?
There wasn't any pubic hair on my pillows, so that's always a plus. It's rare, but it's a plus.
It was actually a nice hotel.
Yeah.
So nice that we're going to show their card and recommend them. It was El Castel on Fremont Street. We would stay there again. It was $70 for 2 people out the door.
2 queen beds.
2 queen beds.
That's nice.
Maybe tax was involved there somewhere.
Yeah.
So 80-ish, 70-ish, something like that. Again, the goals are safety, no tickets, fun. I might throw in a 4th there. Don't scratch the bikes. Yeah. You digging the bike, right?
It's awesome.
How about it as a touring bike?
I think that's a little optimistic.
Yeah. A little bit. Were you uncomfortable after being on it all day yesterday?
A little bit.
A little bit?
Yeah. Just for aerodynamics, you want to keep your hearing.
Yeah. Okay, so we got the GoPro mounted right there. We'll do our best to give you some footage. It is what it is. We're not going to stop a lot and get some, you know, drive-by footage. Maybe here or there, but it's such a pain in the butt.
It's tough.
It's tough, and it's kind of a safety issue too, because on these 2-lane highways, when we dismount and set up a shot, that's when this got kind of dumped a little bit in the gravel during that time.
Lightly dumped.
Huh?
Lightly dumped.
It was very lightly dumped. Very light. Harley shows, it looks brand new still. All right, here we go. By the way, the setup is as follows. That's a passport radar detector, just because that is an external battery for the iPhone, because we're running map on this the whole time. This is Doodle's iPhone holder. It's working pretty good. This came with a bike, so I zip tied it out of the way. It's for like a Nuvi or something, GPS unit, something we're not using. And yes, I put the sheepskin on today. Doodle brought it. This seat was uncomfortable yesterday. We'll see how it rolls. We got about another 300 miles to drive today.
Sweet.
Real adventure riders are going to say, that's nothing. I did like 1,000 the other day. We have no doubt. None at all. But that's just what we're doing on this trip. So this is a look down Monterey, right by the aquarium, as you can tell. Big tourist area. We figured it'd be better to start it here than in, I don't know, the back alley of our hotel.
Next to the dumpster.
Yeah. And we found also on these big moto adventures, relatively speaking, we're gonna eat first. So the ride and eat happens early. We'll eat and then we're gonna bust over to the east side to Yosemite. Stay in Mariposa over there. I'm probably yelling, got my earplugs in again. Here we go. Drive safe, drive fun. We're both in sport mode, by the way, for you Ducati guys. We've pretty much stayed there mostly, between sport and touring.
I'm in touring if I'm in the city.
Oh, are you?
Response in sport is too much.
Okay.
It's too hard to modulate.
Good point. All right. I've been in sport for a long time. I'll probably go back to touring here. There is a difference. Softer versus faster.
Sport makes all the difference on the highway, though.
You love sport on the interstate
stuff.
These things rule on the interstate.
They're awesome.
Yeah. The trick is keeping it, you know, legal. Off we go. I don't know if I'm skilled enough, good enough, experienced enough to drive a Ducati at its highest performance levels, Doodle. That's the honest truth.
Who is?
There's guys out there that are, but it ain't us.
They don't live long.
Then there's that.
Could you imagine noodling around in this in sport?
Yeah, I mean, I was coming up this street, this is no lie, in touring mode. I decided to get on it a couple lights back. The front wheel was coming up.
In touring?
In touring. I mean, it was hauling. God, this bike is fast. I love that capability, but you can get yourself in trouble. That's the honest truth. It can intimidate you. We don't really have that on the Suzukis.
Not at all.
It's very manageable, the power delivery on those bikes. Even when you're getting on it, you can full throttle that all the time.
I've never been able to get
the v-stroms. Yeah, you can just run around and freaking redline all day long, and it's fun, but it doesn't scare you. These bikes will scare you. This is a whole different realm. Your bike is so light, the Hyperstrada. It's so light, and this power to weight ratio is insane. Same with the Multi. I mean, 150 horse. Loving them, but we got to be careful. They're fast. All right.
Be awake.
So we're going to get underway riding these high-performance Ducatis. First off, we're going to eat. This is the eat and ride portion of the adventure, the biking adventure. This is Chef Lee's. Recommended to me by my friend Dan. You might remember Dano from Fish Tacos. His wife, his cute family. We stay with them here in Monterey. No, we didn't crash them on this visit. They got to drop everything they're doing. Dan's working on his chicken coop this morning. We called him, asked him for a place to eat. He said, yeah, go to Chef Lee's, dude. So I hope he's right. If this place sucks, Dan's going to look, I don't know, stupid. Whatever.
That'll be fun.
All right. I'm not going to unload all my bags going in, are you?
Yours are locked.
Huh?
Yours are locked.
Yeah, but still, anybody wants to get in those, all he needs is freaking a cadet pocket knife. He can pop that latch on. Let's go eat. We're getting sizzling rice soup. There it is. Yes. Sarah just brought it. She's our server. When this soup is done right, it's so excellent. Don't you think so, Sarah?
Yeah, this soup is very popular, this place. It's a crispy rice. It sounds good. Everybody likes it. Sounds good.
Yeah. And what else does it have in it? Tell people who don't know what a sizzling rice is.
Lots of vegetable and the shrimp, seafood, the shrimp.
And it has goat
and the
too,
chicken
right?
broth.
This is our special appetizer at Chef Lee's. Deep fried prawns right there. Excellent. Let's try this soup.
Anything else?
All good for now. Thanks, Sarah.
Okay.
Appreciate it. That's good. You always need soy sauce, though, in the sizzling rice soup. See, the deep fried shrimp, usually I like how we have it. Not the big, puffy tempura style, that other style we have. Yeah. I think it's a little bit less fattening, too. Yeah, you really got to keep that in mind when you're down in all of this. Hey, that's good. That's the Kung Pao shrimp, guys. Soup is pretty good. I wish they had more shrimp, less pork. That's just me. Maybe scallops and shrimp. Still excellent. Barbecue spare ribs, excellent. That was kind of fishy tasting. These were good. Fattening, but really good. There's the rice. We're talking about my buddy Dan. I actually respect his approach, though. He lives here in Monterey, which is very expensive. But he uses this place. He's down the water. He's a surfer. He goes fishing all the time. He and his wife and his 2 girls are always adventuring in the area they live. And he knows it's expensive, but he's like, hey, I'm using it.
It's cool.
I gotta respect that.
Better than the people who live right outside of these cool places and never touch it all.
Exactly. So he's one of the few people that moves to a place and actually adventures in it the way it should be adventured in. I think we do a pretty good job of that. Wherever we've lived, we've adventured.
Yeah.
By the way, I didn't tell you this, but Doodle grew up partially in the place we're in right now. Northern California. That's where I was doing most of my Air Force training up here. Doodle was a little baby, toddler. This is kind of where he grew up. We'll show you a place or two along the way.
Everything all right?
It's good, yeah. Sarah.
This Diet Coke, right?
I'll take that from you.
Just tell the people how it is.
Pretty good. Really garlicky.
Is it? Cool bird out there. It's awesome. Things you'll notice if you just have eyes.
They're usually right in front of you.
Thank you.
Thanks. Good job. We'll see you.
Have a nice day.
Bye-bye.
Nice to meet, all right?
What?
For you longtime TNPers, just so you know, this kind of stuff, this adventure, has always been planned in the nutnfancy project. Not necessarily Ducatis or stuff like that, but this sort of thing. Going out with your family, your friends, memories. I mean, that's my son right there, and he was saying as we're going up the coast of California how memorable it was. The cliffs, the ocean, the smells, it was cool. It was awesome. That's what this is about. Yeah, we'll talk a little bit about Ducatis, other silly stuff, but it's basically making memories with him and taking you along for the ride. That's what the nutnfancy project is about. We may be on motorcycles, we may be doing a shoot, maybe on mountain bikes, maybe backpacking, and maybe some other form of transportation in the future. But at the heart is adventure with family and friends. That's what this is about. Long time plan, and it feels good to finally move into that realm in the nutnfancy project. So in case you're wondering, hey, what's all this motorcycle stuff about? It's all part of the plan. It has been ever since 2008 when I started TNP. It's just taking me this long to do it. Lane splitting, I bet, saved us an hour.
Oh, so much. Probably even more than that.
Yeah.
That was a long stack up.
Totally. Gassing up. I don't even know where we are. I think Gilroy. We used to drive through there when you were a little kid. Garlic smells. I remember that about Gilroy. Potent. One of the biggest garlic producing cities in the world, if memory serves. Putting premium in these bad boys. As called for. Sun came out too. Get away from the coast, you get away from the fog, and it's increased the temperature about 10-15 degrees so far. How's those bags treating you?
They're all right. Still not as good as the awesome Touratechs.
Yeah.
Reading the tracks, those are what's on mine.
Yeah, those are awesome. Top normal boxes
loading.
that you top load. These are hokey. This is even worse. This one right here. Hate it.
Aerodynamic though.
Aerodynamic and cool. I will dump on the long side of the road for practicality.
Yeah.
You can have aerodynamic and functional.
You can. I wish the square ones we had were more like that. If they had this shape, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, if they rounded them a little bit.
Yeah.
But the nice thing about the boxes, they got lots of volume and they're very easy to load.
I get my groceries in my Strom.
Totally.
I load those suckers up.
Check this out. I was trimming the other day and I totally gouged my sideburn right here. Mrs. Nutnfancy was freaking. She's like, "You're not going on camera like that, are you?" I was like, "I don't care. It is what it is." There you go. Messy hair and all. Oh, look at this cute little dog. That is a cool dog. Guy's pissed because this dude took up like 2 lanes. See, here's a guy who's been out of motorcycling how long?
20 years.
How long? 20? And
25.
A long time, and he comes across a Ducati and he's interested.
I gotta look.
You gotta look. So the motorcycle is still in your blood, right?
Oh yeah.
I hear you. These are sick bikes. We're loving them.
See ya.
Take care, brother. Good talking with you. We're gonna swap bikes. I'm gonna jump on the 2013 Hyperstrada. Doodle's gonna be on the Multistrada. In charge of, by the way, navigation duties and radar duties. You up for it?
Yeah.
All right. I can tell you right now, I'm gonna hate that this does not have a full fairing. It's a great college bike, not so great adventure bike.
I'll give you about half an hour before you want to swap back.
Say it again so these guys can hear it. We're on intercom.
I give you half an hour before you want to swap it back.
Yeah, no doubt. I'll let you know.
I guarantee it. You're just too tall for it.
Yeah.
This posture on it is just going to kill you.
It's cool for running around town in. Maybe a canyon. Yeah. Let's hit it. That turn signal, by the way, was busted by someone who rented the bike, put the case on wrong, and they snapped the neck of the turn signal. Heat line shield on this side, you can see. It's kind of cool. So Tactical Doodle already wants his Hyperstrada back. I just put about 50 miles on it, and that bike is insane. Isn't it? It's kind of like a P51 Mustang. I think of this bike as an interceptor. It's not really designed to do what we're doing here, cross country, windy conditions, hundreds and hundreds of miles. The lack of a fairing just wears you out.
Yeah.
Totally. It's designed to be an interceptor. It launches out of your house, goes onto the roads, and basically kicks ass against everything it comes up against. Well, not everything, most things. This little bike will dominate any car you come up against.
Oh, definitely.
No problem. You put this in sport mode, the guy's gonna have to put some serious money into his four-wheel ride to beat a Ducati Hyperstrada. And Doodle's right, you're it's kind of like you're leaning over the front tire on this bike. You have to actually look back to the controls. It's just a real naked riding experience.
It's awesome. Well, look at the angle too of the seat. It's really different from all these. You're putting your cheeks as far back as you can, and you need that. Because if you're not leaning forward, you're gonna get bucked off as soon as you get.
You're gonna get air on the wheel.
Yeah.
Didn't you say the guy flipped it over on a test drive?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah, the factory rider.
Yeah.
In the
he
US.
was bringing it out of a corner and he laid it on top of himself.
Tremendous power, the Hyperstrada. It's like a 24/7 frat party. Goes out, races everything, beats everything, hangs a double bird, and then gets pizza. That's what this bike is about. We just love it. We're gonna get both of the bikes at this point 10 out of 10, both of them. They're just different in their approaches to riding. You could put a larger fairing on the Hyperstrada, and that would help. You know, you can make the case, are you trying to turn the bike into something it's not meant to be? I don't know. You do get beat up on this bike on a long distance touring like we're doing now.
If I had like another 4 inches or so, I think it'd be doable.
Yeah.
Because right now my air bubble is such that if I'm leaning forward, I have no wind noise if I'm
Talk
right here.
loud, traffic. Yeah, you can do it. Cool bike. And Doodle loves it because it fits him so well.
It's small.
He's only 4'5". He takes after his mom again. Just kidding. How tall are you? 5'8". I'm 6'3", so this bike is a little bit small for me. I could run around town on it, but I wouldn't make a living on the Hyperstrada. The Multistrada is just everything they said at the Ducati dealership. That's no fluff, it's no lie, it's no hype. It is, like Dave was saying, multi-awesome.
Yeah.
It's just a great bike. I think I will own one of these bikes one of these days. Just an awesome bike. So, quick break, quick I don't know, takes on the Ducatis as we're making our way over to Yosemite. You're back on your bike now. Are you happy?
So happy.
That thing is insane.
I love it.
It is so fast. Both of these bikes are just beautiful bikes. Love them. Let's get going again. Wow, that jack in the box is still there. That jack in the box was back there in 1992. I think that quilt happy place was too. Man, that's good to see. Love it when things don't change. Damn, son, I know where I'm at. This is my old stomping grounds at U.S. Air Force training, Castle Air Force Base. Capital Doodle grew up here partially, like we were saying at lunch. You want to come back tomorrow? All right, talking to Doodle on the intercom. He wants to go check out Castle Air Museum. We took him here again when he's a little tiny baby, toddler. That's an SR-71 behind the gate. It's already closed for today. They have some really cool planes here. B-36, I think F-105 Thunder Chief, lots and lots more. They work off donations, Castle Air Museum does. Right behind it is Castle Air Force Base, now closed. I think it's called Castle Airfield. That again is where I went to KC-135 training, learning the best aircraft known to mankind, the KC-135. Thank you very much. We may come back to this again tomorrow. They made a really awesome hamburger in there. Castle Air Force Base Museum hamburger. I don't know if they still do it. So we'll see how it works in the schedule tomorrow. Doodle wants to do it.
We just finally got on our feet to get us a house, you know. Just unemployed. They won't give me my unemployment pay.
Well, how are you making it? How do you make money, bro?
Any way I can. Well, see, I just happened to get my retirement pay from Kmart.
Oh, you did?
And I worked for Kmart for 10 years, and it's been 12 years since I worked there, so I had that much in my retirement pay with Kmart, and they gave me $14,000, so that's what I'm living on right now.
You want a few bucks?
Sure.
You didn't ask for it, TNPers. This guy came up to help us out. We actually dropped a piece of our GoPro equipment. I love meeting folks along the way.
All right, well, I appreciate that, really. Thank you.
You ain't gonna use it on drugs now, are you?
No, I'm not a drug addict.
You don't strike me as a drug guy.
No, I'm not a drug addict, man. I got a young lady.
You strike me as a good guy.
I have a young lady over there. I spend my money on her. You know? Hey.
Well, you guys, I want you guys to go out and have a good time tonight on us, okay?
I appreciate it.
You have a good life, okay?
Thank you.
Take care, my friend.
Take care, Dan. Okay. You guys have a safe trip, okay?
We will. We're doing our best on that.
Okay.
See you, brother.
This is awesome.
And we'll park right here.
Sweet.
We're at the Best Western in Mariposa, California. How'd you like those twisties?
Every time I turn it off, I get a little sad.
That was pretty sweet riding, huh?
I love this thing, man. That was the best stretch of road ever.
That was as fun as yesterday, what we did.
Oh, yeah.
Coming inland.
Totally was.
Went through the canyon, had the twisties. Going through the farmland was cool.
Way cool.
It's just gorgeous. I mean, the sweeping expanses, the vistas we had, I mean, it was so epic.
So cool. Every part of it's been awesome.
It's just been a really cool ride. Man, you guys, if you haven't done it, do it. San Fran to Monterey, Monterey to Yosemite. We didn't quite make Yosemite today because we're losing daylight. We're not going to go to the park this dark because the GoPros won't pick up crap. And apparently the batteries only last 10 minutes.
Pretty much.
Yes, we've tried every battery there is for GoPro, so.
None of the aftermarket.
The factory ones, the aftermarket ones, they all suck. GoPro 2, GoPro 3, they all suck.
They suck.
And sorry, that's all you're going to get here. We're just going to go GoPro. The audio will probably suck. I'll try to put it to music. Maybe I'll just go raw edit. And that's it.
Some of that can be cool, though.
We had some cool driving.
Really cool.
I mean, we got on these things, and it was fun.
Oh, dude.
We spent some time in the canyon talking about the safety aspects of driving and staying alive in the canyon. Don't swing wide, plan accordingly, don't go too fast.
Don't hang brain while you're riding.
What'd you say, don't hang brain? So if you guys are coming to this video and wanting to see us like leaning sideways going through the canyon, I'm sorry, we've got too much to live for. Seriously, that's how you die in these canyons. You misjudge a turn, you go off, you're gone. Or you swing wide and a car comes out and hits you head on. Guys in Utah die all the time head on. Colorado, Wyoming. Good motorcyclists. The graveyard is full of dudes that almost had it on their bikes. Dude, I almost had it. Roger that. You misjudged, you're dead. So, we're keeping the 4 rules, right? Safe, no tickets, fun, and no scratches. So what we're going to do is throw the stuff in our very conveniently located room. This just worked out so well. We did not plan this. Huh?
That's like every motorcyclist must have.
It is. Your room is 6 feet from your bike.
Ideally, I could park it at the foot of my bed, but they said no to that.
Talk about that bike a little more. Anything,
oh my gosh.
Other observations we haven't talked about yet? I know you just love it.
The motor on it's amazing. Amazing. I want to say it's an L-twin. Power delivery is just fantastic. At all speeds, it doesn't lug very hard at 1 to 2,000 RPMs, but it will do it. Just
in what mode? Sport or touring?
In all of them.
Yeah.
Urban, not so much. Urban is a really mellow mode, and it's awesome for downtown. That's what I used when we were all through San Fran with those hills and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know how you did it in sport. That was ridiculous.
I don't know how I did it either.
I'm amazed. But urban really tames it. Touring is good for all around, and sport is just...
It's an ass kicker.
It's like an X you don't want to go back to, but you just always do.
You got to have some wide open road for that if you get on it, and you really got to throw your weight forward.
It's not
just
very
like the
much
fortune
fun
cookie said
in town, but as soon as you get above 30, 40, 50 miles an hour, then it really pays for itself. Handling on that really reminds me of a much better DL650. It's got that same length and almost the same amount of heft to it, but the power really hides it well.
This thing can eat up the road if you can hang on. It really handles well the different suspension modes. I'm no expert, but I've been driving it mostly in touring to save gas. Because when we dumped it in sport, we went through the gas a lot more, didn't we?
Totally.
I would say our fuel mileage went down 30% in sport with the way we were driving it.
Yeah.
I gotta say, these rooms are excellent. Clean, smells good, roomy. Well done, Best Western. It's more than it was back in Monterey. I think we're putting out $140 for this room for 2. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Well, you're at the base of Yosemite here. You're gonna have tourist prices. That's just the way it is, supply and demand. Parking lot's full of tourists. This is height of the waterfall season in Yosemite.
Really?
Yeah, with the runoff. A lot of people come in just to see that. Apparently some with cool cars.
I know, I've been wondering what that is.
We'll go take a peek later.
Monte Carlo.
Hold up, we were having an interesting discussion off camera.
Oh.
The way you know if you love the bike, let's say you have a v-stroms, so you have a DL1000, 650, and you have both of these bikes. Would you ever ride your v-stroms again?
Yeah.
I already know my answer. You say yes?
Yeah.
My answer is yes too.
Here's the thing,
absolutely.
Because my v-strom, if we lived in a place that didn't have a hard winter, that would be my main vehicle. With the amount of cargo capacity it has, I have like 40 liters in the middle, or the left pannier, something like 30, or maybe it's 40. Anyways, I can carry a metric butt ton of stuff. That's actually a little easy to measure.
And your seat on the DL650 dominates this.
I don't mind it with my height.
When I'm driving it, I was pushing up against here. It was uncomfortable for me, and I don't know how comfortable this would be for a pillion rider.
Who cares about the pillion? They're lucky just to come along.
Tell that to your chick in a year, and we'll see what's up. I was driving on the back of his DL650 the other day. Comfortable.
You dug it.
I was amazed how comfortable it was, and it still had oomph. Two of us.
Yeah.
So it was over 400 pounds plus luggage on a freaking 650.
That's pretty impressive.
Excellent.
I'd probably run this without the bags all the time though if I owned it.
Well, it's kind of a different philosophy of use, this bike. It's a different approach. It's what we said. It's a freaking frat party. You know, the DL650, and you can, and we're just saying the Suzukis because that's what we have a lot of experience with. Could be any other bike. They're great all-arounders. Great all-arounders. They do it as good, almost as good as these bikes.
There are a lot of bikes like that though.
The only thing we're not doing on this trip is dirting it. But, you know, with a rental bike, I don't know if I'd do it anyhow. And risk laying it over and getting scratched. I mean, what would happen if, you know, we dumped these bikes and, you know, actually got a scratch on it? That would suck. That would suck bad.
That is so mild at least.
At least it's on the bag.
I know.
That's huge.
A little bit there and a little bit on the plastic.
That it's not on a fairing or something like that.
If it were a fairing, it would have died.
I wonder if anybody's still watching to this point.
Probably not.
They've probably tuned out.
Dang, still got our chicken strips. At least we're using all the tread though.
I haven't done any big leans on this. As you can see, I've still got periphery virgin.
That's really
to
tough,
me,
though. That's the end of the
But you know what? Going through that canyon we're going through, I ain't gonna lean that sucker. I don't know the canyon. You know, I have lots of cars. I don't know who's coming around the other side. It gets back to the safety factor of canyon driving. So screw it. I ain't doing it. Canyon, I really know. I know it's clear. Safe to do so? Yeah, maybe. Maybe I'll do it. That's mostly track stuff.
I will say thank you, California, for your awesome plate design.
How so?
Could there be anything more obscure if you had to call that in? There's a Ducati going 120 down there.
Okay, ma'am, calm down.
Hey,
what was the number?
Just a minute. Let me try to catch up to him.
Oh, he's out of range. I can't see it anymore. That is cool.
Impossible.
You need a couple T's and Z's in there. 02ZT596. Do lots of 6.
I heard someone say they don't allow those anymore.
Really?
Vanity plates with because guys used to do 88, BB8B.
However, yours, all I have to say is there was a douche on a Beverly Hills Ducati just blew past me. TNP here. What's up? So we didn't quite, again, go to Yosemite. We could if we wanted to, but it's so damn dark.
We would have been well, yeah.
We could bust up there. It's only like 30 miles away from here.
It's totally doable, but do you want to?
No. More TNPers. Woo! We met those guys at the gas station. They were awesome. Nah, we're gonna call it. That's a cool place.
This place is pretty cool.
Doodle said if it wasn't in California, he'd live in this town.
Totally.
This is cool.
Nice.
This is a nice room.
I don't think you understand what I'm saying to you with my face. It is not. Hey. It's nice.
This is nicer than the room last night, huh?
And I was blown away by last night.
For $70?
Yeah.
Dude, that place
That
rocks.
was
El
insane.
Castel in Monterey.
And freaking Monterey, too.
I would do that
hotel
all over
sector.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good secret bike parking.
Right. But you know, there's more competition in Monterey for hotels, less here, since it's such a one-horse town.
Yeah.
Got a hodgepodge of recharging going on here. I'll tell you what, this little external battery saved our butt today. because there's no 12 volt on the Ducati to run the accessories like the navigation off the iPhone 4.
Which is disappointing.
Yeah, that's an easy fix. We talked about that.
Factory option though.
I could add it if I wanted to.
If you want to wait another 7.5 months for your bike to come in on the boat.
But on that Multistrada, you've got no real estate like you do on the v-stroms. The v-strom's got a lot of fairing space that I can flush mount an accessory outlet. You're going to have to put it on the handlebar, it looks like, on the Multistrada.
Yeah.
I likes it.
It will be nice to go back and fill up my bike with regular.
I gotta tell you a secret though, dudes. We did put in mid-grade gasoline.
Whoa, hey, whoa.
Whoa, hold up.
It's not taxi.
Ducati guys are
Let's just
freaking.
dial it back down to a 7, please.
Every time we're filling up, we're spending like 25, 30 bucks in gas. And we went through some gas. We had how many fill-ups today? 3?
3, I think.
Yeah,
Like
3
4
fill-ups coming over here. How many miles total, Doodle?
I can't do this one. I have to check, I forgot. There we go.
300-ish, I'd guess, with the detour to Merced.
Yeah.
Atwater, up Winton Way. We had to backtrack several times overshooting the exit.
My bike's almost at 500 miles, so.
Your range seemed like it, on the Hyperstrada was not
sucks.
super awesome.
It's not.
When you were in
not
sport
touring
most of the
level.
day, though.
No, I was in touring most of the day.
You were?
Yeah, that's why I was surprised.
You were always telling, hey, I got a low fuel light going on here.
No, it only happened twice today.
Not having a fairing on that bike, a real one, sucks
It
for
does
what we're
suck.
doing right here.
For touring, totally sucks.
I don't care what anybody says. Oh, lean in the wind.
I've been trying that, and it doesn't work.
And we went through some windy areas. By the reservoir, that was gusting to like probably 45 miles an hour.
Oh,
the
that
wind
was
gust there.
way
It was
fast.
so bad. That's when you
I know.
blew your helmet clean off.
And I had
Scratched
the
your visor.
mirror jammed through in there. Well, I was gonna I wanted the Iridium one anyways. They're really cool, mirror reflective.
Yeah,
The
Halo.
Stormtrooper's just so much more effective. that
Halo
way.
Trooper. Cool. The one thing I've learned about this get up is I've got the hit air vest on, got the safety vest on, and I'm just wearing a tee under this, but it's still hotter than freak. So when it goes to like 80 degrees, it's too much.
But you know
we're
what?
wearing it because we're getting ready to ride again.
One
So
of the
that's why I
coolest
have-
parts is
picking up.
cops do not touch you with this.
They feel sorry for you.
No,
They're
they
like,
don't.
look at the British traffic cop on the moped.
They say-
Wait, that's not a moped, it's a Ducati.
But this does not scream jackass.
Totally.
If you're looking
I totally
to be
agree.
seen, and I noticed that because when I was driving around downtown
Totally.
SLC on my bike at 2 in the morning,
Yeah.
I had a cop pull up behind me and he was sitting there for like all of 10 seconds
True.
alone after he saw me blowing down a street, and he sees me turn my head both ways to the intersection, and after that he just peeled off. Thank you, safety gear. Thank you, MSF style look both ways.
Dude, especially me in my freaking lime green. But
Yeah.
if I'm a cop and I see a guy dressed like that, I'm like, all right, cool, safe driver. He wants to be seen. Chances are he's responsible. I'm not saying that there's not irresponsible motorcyclists who don't wear all this stuff, but this screams responsibility. When you're wearing this, seriously, you're doing everything you can to be seen. A cop would have to be a douche.
He
to
would see you
harass
and he'd say, that guy is an MSF instructor and he's been riding for 30 years. That's
I don't
what
know, is that the
color
right
says.
sign?
No. I think you got that from a Geico commercial.
I think so.
Probably.
Yeah.
All right.
Totally. All right, let's ride. We're going to go get a snack. What? We're eating more than once a day? A little snack, yeah. We'll do that. We're not eating big, though. We ate about 10,000 calories earlier in the day.
Sure.
I don't feel fat, though. That's weird.
Really?
I don't.
From
I don't know what it is. I
Probably
sweat
been
it off.
sweating it out.
I don't know.
dumping at every stop we have.
Motor riding, I think, is very intensive. Let's go out by the bikes while we're talking. Intensive in that you're concentrated. Motorcycle riding is not like a car where you can relax. Because if you screw up, you're dead. True or false?
Super dead.
Yeah, so you can't like just take a breather on a Ducati when you're blasting down a canyon and go, oh yeah, I'm good. I think I'm gonna kick back now. No, you're watching the whole time. So I think you burn a lot of energy on a motorcycle. Not just Ducati, any bike that you're driving around long distances on.
That's
You'll
why
be tired at the
NASCAR
end of the
people
day.
eat so much. A lot
Yeah.
of them chow down before a race because they're.
I'm thinking we're top flight athletes on these things. What do you think?
I'm
Top
still
flight, Doodle.
Good to go.
All right, low flight. Dude, let's go see what car this is. Walk it. Go, 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 go. TNPers want to see. Won't show the guy's license plate. Lift it at the corner up, Holmes, so we can.
Yep, it's a Chevy.
Is it a Chevy?
Yeah, I don't want to peel it all up and see, but it's emerald green SS badging.
Oh, it's a Chevy?
It looks 90s.
Oh, okay, I'm wrong. Dang. Dang.
There's no way it could have been German.
Yeah, those are kind of high profile tires, and I see chrome steel peeking out there. All right, cool.
You guys are awesome enough to use a cover.
True that. I respect anybody who takes care of their ride. You got a booger in your left nose, by the way.
Huh.
Standard. Huh. Standard with the world of doodle. Packing booger.
Huh.
Look at how sweet this setup is, dude.
Awesome.
By the way, what you're seeing here on camera is exactly what we would be saying off camera.
Exactly.
No change. No change. We're just bringing you along for the ride this time. The thing about a trip like this is it just amps your experience level way up. And the more experience you get as a motorcyclist, the better you're going to be. This is Dad talking to his son pretty much, TNPers, but you can listen in. You learn how a bike handles, what your limits are, what the bike's limits are. Common mistakes like the gravel mistake yesterday. You're never going to forget that. You're always going to remember launching on gravel, high speed, You're going to look down and say, do I have traction for my bike before I go rocketing off into outer space?
I'm always going to be kicking it. Because I looked at that and I was like, there's gravel off to the side. No, it's good.
And really
right
testing the surface.
Yeah, I'm going to be kicking at it to see if it's just really old dirt.
Yeah. Experience can save your life. It will never, however, get rid of the luck factor. There's been great motorcyclists out there who just got unlucky. They did nothing wrong and they're not with us anymore. And they did nothing wrong.
Dangerous things.
We talked a lot about bringing motorcycles back in the family. I've been off of them for decades, mainly because, you know, the danger factor. I'm a dad raising kids. No matter how safely you drive, things can still happen. And I stayed off them for decades for my family. But I've always loved them. Always loved them. And the things that brought me back to them are, one, my phase of life, where I'm at now. Two, I want to cram in as much living as I can, basically before all hell breaks loose. Store up as many great family memories as I can. He was really into motorcycles, so he's been a tractor bean. Other friends like Buggetnuster pulled me in. And then I was on the slippery slope and all resistance gave way.
I was so jazzed when he finally turned you.
I know. It was Buggetnuster turned me on to dirt biking again.
Because I knew that would be a gateway to road bikes.
It was a gateway.
Like Ducatis.
It was.
In the Yosemite wilderness.
It's all I could do to... I couldn't resist. Once I got back on him and I knew that you're on board, and we did talk to his mom, a heart-to-heart talk. Hey, are you good with this?
She didn't care.
She was good with it. She's like, I just don't have any place to put these bikes.
That's her biggest complaint.
The borrowed bikes, the bikes we own.
She was a little mad about the last time I showed her GoPro footage coming down the canyon, but...
That one incident?
Yeah.
Doodle swing.
I overestimated the braking ability of the v-strom.
Translated, he swung wide on a turn and almost got taken out by opposite direction traffic. No lie.
Healthy 2-foot bumper.
No, I think it's called a buffer, and you didn't have it.
These are quite safe.
Okay, did you learn from that experience?
Yeah, definitely.
Are you bringing that knowledge to the canyon today?
Yeah.
Because that's what I want out of you, is that, I almost got taken out in the canyon on that experience. I'm going to drive differently on these. That's good. That's exactly my point in this segment, is that you learn and you carry that experience with you. There's a lot of dumb motorcyclists out there. We had a couple pass us today. And yesterday, we're on the PCH and a Gixxer came flying past us on a double yellow. There was probably
heavy traffic.
Heavy traffic, and he threaded the needle past us. I'm sure he wanted to pass the Ducatis, no doubt.
Yeah.
Especially dressed like these douches.
Well,
who wouldn't?
Cool.
Yeah, he was cool, but he threaded the needle.
Oh, he totally did.
Big time. I mean, it was between a semi-tractor trailer and oncoming traffic, and both of us were on intercom going, oh my gosh, I would never do that.
Ballsy.
On a double yellow again.
Yeah.
So, whatever. Drive the way you want.
Yeah, rock on.
He's his own man. He can control his own dangerous things to his level. He accepts the risk. As long as he doesn't take someone else out in the process. That's the thing. Over and out.
Or that moped that cut us off today. That was cute.
I missed that. What was that?
Really? We were going out. We were along that street doing like 50, and this dude like pulls up to the red, and he looks, and he's like in a little Vespa, and as soon as he sees us, we're in left lane, and he was on the right, and so he like pulled out in front of us, kind of like he wanted to get there. Then once he saw we were closing, he moved right lane.
I didn't register that at all.
Kind of gave me a chuckle.
Speaking of paying attention to the road.
Vespas.
Haagen-Dazs.
Alright, let's go get it.
Haagen-Dazs.
Let's just ride on one. It'll be like Roman holiday.
Nobody knows what that reference
Dibs
is.
on Gregory Peck. Please roll the poster in. 'Cause that's
I will.
Awesome.
This is what he's referring to. It's called Roman Holiday, and only Tactical Doodle will know this reference. It's Catherine Hepburn?
Maybe Elizabeth Montgomery.
I don't know. She's not that old. We know Gregory Peck was in it, right?
Yeah.
And they're on Vespas
Yeah.
in Europe. I haven't even seen the movie, but Doodle was telling me about it.
I was just wondering how Americans ever found out about this awful little machine, but turns out that was it.
No, dude, I'm not riding on the back of your ride. I got my own. Thank you very much.
The funniest part is Peck rides bitch.
I know he's on the back with a big old stupid grin.
No, he looks scared on the poster.
He does?
Yeah, he's like. You should put a thumbnail close up of his face there.
If I can do it, I will do it.
Alright, let's go get your Haagen-Dazs.
Haagen-Dazs. Because we've talked a lot about motorcycle safety, our approach to riding. And I'll tell you what, we're always learning. Always learning. I'm never there as a rider. Never. We can still scare ourselves and do stupid stuff every time you get on there. See ya!